I once wanted to be a species specialist, and that meant identifying a particular species that I would want to focus on. As time went by, the best possible way that could happen was making the species my favorite and trying to identify with it. So that kept changing over time. The one I first saw was the lion because it looked so fierce and really so great. And I thought maybe that's what I would focus on. Over time it evolved to the cheetah, at some point to the elephant, then to the giraffe. So just about a day ago, the Bontebok became my new favorite.
But what I've learned this week is, in order to save wildlife, I don't need to focus on a single species.
There's a bigger picture to that. We need to look at the wider frame.
So, in this final episode, I'll be discovering the habitat that provides a sanctuary for not only the Bontebok, but for other creatures as well. This is the Hoop Preserve.
It's a vegetation type that we call renosterfeld.
Renosterfeld means rhino field, but you don't need to remember that.
One of the dominant components of renosterfeld is something called renosterbos.
Renosterbos is highly flammable, and for the Bontebok, that's very important.
So Bontebok like renosterfeld, and they like reasonably recently burnt habitat as well. When you've got a burn coming through, it stimulates the growth of new grass, and that new grass tends to be very nutritious, so high levels of nitrogen. That's good for Bontebok. They like sweet felt as opposed to sour felt, and they like highly protein rich, if you can say, fresh grass.
There's a problem though.
There are actually many different kinds of renosterfeld. Most of them are highly threatened, and it also tends to be very productive land from a farming perspective. So there's been a high degree of transformation of renosterfeld, and so a loss of natural habitat of Bontebok.
CapeNature's solution to this takes inspiration from the Bontebok's recovery story and works with privately owned land around reserves like the Hoop.
I think CapeNature totally acknowledges that, we protecting a small part of the Western Cape province. There's a huge part of the province that has conservation value, but that is not under our management, it's under private management. And those private landowners have an enormous role and do play an enormous role in biodiversity conservation. So the stewardship program allows private landowners to participate according to the level that they choose, the level of commitment that they choose, and also according to the value of their property from a biodiversity perspective. And through that stewardship program, there is the opportunity of creating corridors and linking populations.
There is still so much more to learn about the Bontebok, their threats and their habitat.
But that's what makes it even more interesting, because I do not know what I'm yet to find out about. I think that's why I enjoy the journey of being a conservation scientist.